What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cream City Curveball. I'm your man, Justin from North Carolina.
And Pipe Bomb in Milwaukee.
In the best city on earth, first place city. Pipe is out here ringing bells and breaking noses and rocking hell. I probably made up a phrase that I'll mess up on the next episode, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate y'all being here tonight. In the midst of a Brewers game, but you probably won't watch us when the Brewers are on, and we don't expect you to. After the last pitch, what should they do, Pipe?
Make the switch over to the post-game show with Tim and Tommy.
Tim and Tommy. We've had Aaron Sims on. We've had quite a few of the legendary broadcasters on, man. And what we're going to do, man, we're going to get right into this game one in Atlanta. So bear with us. We're going through all three of these Atlanta games, or as they say in New Orleans, all three of them, right?
Tree, yep.
Game one, Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. I thought it was an absolute masterpiece. Lot to be desired for Mr. Pratt Murphy. We're going to get to our main question in a second. But, Pipe, what did you see from game one? I saw a lot of good, not enough great. Too many men left on base. That's a story of the Milwaukee Brewers' career. When we lose games this year, my brother Pipe, you always got somebody left on base. Get these guys home.
Yeah, man, they just couldn't come up with the good hit at the right time. So many missed opportunities. They had game one. You wasted a great performance by Miz. You got to win games like that, especially when your rotation is drone and you got Sprout and you got guys like that are question marks. Gasser. When Miz throws as good as he has been lately, you've got to win those. They weren't able to. It was a wasted opportunity.
Atlanta Braves is a very good baseball team. You get these guys an inch, they're going to take a mile, and you're right. You got to step on them, man. It's like that. Hey, wait, hold on. Time out. We got a 20-second timeout. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. You had your frog last year. You remember the frog?
What frog?
The frog.
Oh, yeah. Freddy the Frog, that's right.
I had a turtle this morning. We had a turtle in the garage. She tried to put the garage door down today, bro. And the garage door hit, and it banged on the turtle and went back up, bro. Like, you can't... She calls me freaking out during a work call, like, Justin, there's a turtle in the garage. I'm like, is it Michelangelo, Donatello, or the rest of the dudes? Like, what were we talking about here, bro? So I get out there, my daughter is standing with a shovel like she's about to swing her 7-iron swing and wreak hell on this turtle. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Oh my gosh. I picked the shovel up. I just nicely lift the turtle into the grass. Come back out there an hour later, he's gone, bro. Like, what? Oh my goodness, bro. Completely.
That's funny. Well, it would have been cool if it would have been one of them ninja ones, because at least they would have brought pizza. But you're in the middle of it, man. You're in the middle of it. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that turtle, man. I hope he's somewhere eating some stuff that I don't want in the back of my house, right? Anyways, on to the. So Tim Allen phrased a question on his post-game show, talking about Jackson Churrill. Jackson Churrill was gunned down. I forget the left fielder's name. Eli White, is that his name?
Something like that.
Yeah, so he gunned that dude down. Jackson, absolute perfect throw to home. I feel like, and the question is, before I get to what I feel, the question was, did the third base umpire, our third base coach, get a little bit too much overzealous in the moment and send Jackson prematurely, or should he have held him on third base? What say you, Pipe?
I would have sent him. They took the perfect throw to get him, and you only got him by that much. I send him 100 times out of 100. Do I think that a lot of people that say, William Contreras was coming up next and all that kind of stuff, those are the same people that would have said Murphy's a genius if it would have worked, but because it didn't work, now all of a sudden they got a problem with it, and I would have held him out. That's a load of crap. Everybody would have sent him in that situation. The offense wasn't doing nothing. This was game one. Okay, besides all that, what do you hold Miz out for to start him in game one against Atlanta, who, best record or, right at the top of the National League? You hold Miz to start him against Atlanta, and then you come out with this bullshit ass lineup that had, a bunch of, had Perkins, had Ortiz, Hamilton played. All these guys who are not playing major league quality baseball right now were all in the lineup. So what do you hold your best pitcher for to start this game, and then you come out with that kind of lineup? It doesn't make any sense to me. But I would have sent him.
So 100% agree with you, everything you just said, man. I couldn't have said it better myself. First of all, Jackson has to make a better slide. He has to get there. Like, you just got to get there. You're not a slow footer. You're not Andrew Vaughn rounded third. You have to get there. Better slide. William Contreras, while we're talking about what he could have, should have, would have done, he has to do a better job in the batter's box of getting him to slide better as well. 2 missed opportunities there. And then on top of that, man, I agree with you with the lineup, man. Although Blake is what, 4 for 4-game hitting streak we're riding right now. Well, I don't know what the powers of B say that batting average is right now, but I think he's got a hit in quite a few games, man. But you're right, man. You got to send him, and you got to, like, this is what we talked about a couple of episodes ago as far as being Monday morning quarterback and shoulda, coulda, woulda after the fact. Yeah, man, I can sit here and question Murphy like that too. And I'm not saying that's what Tim was doing, because he was live in the moment with it.
Yeah, he was. Perkins went 1 for 3 in game one. So after adding a 333 batting average to his pathetic numbers, he rose his average to 148. So he's almost out at $1.50 right now. So congratulations, Perkins. That's absolutely awful. You should have been gone a long time ago.
Hey, so can we add to the podcast? You're living, you're growing with us, man. We're continuing. I feel like we're getting better every day, man. We're oiling up. We're gasser, because we're gonna get to gasser in a second. But Pipe, can we add the perk BA watch to the show? I think we need that. I think that's what we need. That.
Yeah. Hopefully we're on longer than it'll take him to hit the Mendoza line. It's crazy, man. I just don't understand. I don't understand because, Murphy will go out into the media and call out, certain players and stuff like that. And, you heard him last year said, I'll send myself down before I'll send Blake Perkins down. But last year, Perk was okay. He's been absolutely horrible this entire season. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, man, I hate it for him, man. But hey, 1 for 3. Think that's 4-game hitting streak. Let's go on to game 2, man. So, game 2, you had your boy Kyle Harrison on the mound. Thought he pitched another hell of a baseball game, did enough to get the win. We had a lot of, so Murphy's been questioned more than you could question him anytime, I think, in his managerial career during this Atlanta Braves series. Number one, just everything you mentioned for game 1. Now, game 2, you have the shuffling up of the relievers, where you're putting in McGill and earlier in the 8th, I think it was, and Ashby came in for the 9th. Ozzie Albies, 2 home runs in that baseball game. I don't feel like he got good, solid contact on either one of them. I think William Contreras or Luis Renjifo, had louder contact on his lineouts than Albies did on his home runs, but neither here nor there. So I'm going to take this approach with Murphy. I don't have an issue. I'm not going to question this guy. I never will. It's going to take a lot for me to question him. I'm going to have a little bit, well, let's say vehemently question him, because we're going to question him. However, what I'm going to say is that Ozzie Albies did not check his swing. I'm probably saying his name wrong, and we don't give a damn. Go to hell, Atlanta Braves. Anyways, they took that team. They took that team away from my granddads and all them. Ted Turner with his WCW money and his Turner took him down to Atlanta and stole that team from Milwaukee. So if you're in Milwaukee and you're Braves fans, do not root for these bums. They're bums. I don't care what they do, who they have. I hate them. Anyways, so he didn't check his swing, no Pipe. He swung. He should have been out. We should have been next guy up. I don't know who it is after that. Austin Riley probably. We just struck his bum ass out. But I'm just saying, Pike, it's a whole lot of crap. But we got here. Ashby gives up the game-winning home run. What do you feel about game 2? What do you feel about Murph? What do you feel about any of the stuff that happened in that second game, my brother?
Well, it was, the second game lineup terrible. You had Perkins again, who sat there. He went 1 for 2 in game 2, so his average ballooned all the way up to 157. So
Let's go!
congratulations, Blake. Oh my God, that is so great for you. Little Joey, Joe Zero was in there. He went 1 for 4. So after adding 250 to his average, he is all the way up to 206. So he's over to Mendoza. Another BS lineup. And then, like you said, you had Uribe got brought in to finish the 7th. You had McGill in the 8th, and then you had Ashby in the 9th. Ashby gives up a bloop and a blast, and Atlanta walks it off. Was I happy about that? Hell no. But it's hard to really get up on Ashby. His record now after blowing the save and taking the loss in that game is now 10-1. So really, you want me to sit there and freak out over Aaron Ashby? That ain't gonna happen. Fluke, yes. Is he getting overworked? Hell yes. He needs a couple days off to get back to throwing Aaron Ashby ball. But it was yet another blown opportunity. We talked about this a couple times recently. The Brewers bullpen doesn't blow games like this. They did. Again, you have a lead against Atlanta. This is a team that you're chasing for that 1 seed in the National League. You do not want to blow games like this. You don't want to put out BS lineups like this. These games are important where if you're tied at the end of the season, you want that damn tiebreaker. This was another missed opportunity. Brewers, after game 2, should have had a 2-0 lead over the stupid Braves. Instead, they're down 2-0.
All facts, my brother. One last point about Ashby. That bloop hit by Olsen was one of the weakest hits ever in the history of baseball. I think it was like 63 miles an hour off the bat. Just absolute fluke, duke, poop, crap. I don't know if it all rhymes together, man. Saturday is supposed to be a hell of a day for me too, Pipe. I was at the parade, brother. I wanted to take my tarps off, but then I looked at them guys that were on stage. I was like, man, put your tarp back on, man. What would Pipe Bob say?
Oh, you're in a hell of a lot better shape than me, but that's awesome, man. Obviously we talk all the time, so I know you had a great time. I'm glad you went. That sounded like an absolute blast.
It was a blast, man. We got to get one in Milwaukee County now, right down Wisconsin Avenue. I'll be there. I'll probably have 42 layers on, and Pipe Bomb will be making fun of me, but we're going to have a blast. And we're going to do a Cream City Curveball live from the middle of the Milwaukee Brewers Parade this year in 2026. You heard it here first, folks. Let's get to Game 3. Game 3, we finally got back on our business, got things back in order. Leave it up to Sal with the lasagna double down the left field line. Absolutely amazing hit by Sal. I think our brew crew did a good job of putting things back in order. But real quick, Pipe, your guy, your man, the gas man brought the gas and put it on their ass, man. No pause.
Yeah, he sure did, man. It was nice to see Gasser, 6 innings strong, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, but 7 Ks. So a really nice performance from Gasser. It's nice to see him go 6 full. And then the 7 Ks was mighty impressive. So good on him, man. A 9-4 win. We actually showed up with a major league lineup there. You had Yelly, Churio, Terrain, Contreras, Bowers, Mitchell, Frelick, Pratt, and Hamilton. So does a Brewer lineup get any better than that? I don't think so. Murph decides to play his dudes. Why you wait until Game 3 when all of a sudden you're in salvage mode when you should have been in sweep mode? This should have been a sweep over the Braves. So when you sit there and you take a step back, you look at it, in the record book, it says that we won 1 out of 3. All of Brewers Nation know that we should have swept that stupid team. So, I walk away from this series more encouraged than discouraged. I'm encouraged because the lineups were garbage that Murphy threw out there. I'm encouraged because Gasser looked as good as he did. I'm encouraged because we know that Aaron Ashby isn't going to sit there and lose games like this, especially in the playoffs. That kid is too damn good for that. So, losing the series to a team that you're going to be chasing for the one seed sucks. Overall, am I going to overreact and put a whole lot of weight into it? No, because we know that the Brewers should have swept that damn thing.
No, all facts, man. You hear a lot of negative talk. You see it on the Twitter machine. Your words, pipe the Twitter machine. I like that. I'm going to bite that. The Twitter machine. And you hear a lot of people with this negative talk. Oh, do your voice pipe. Oh, we're not good enough.
Yeah, we just can't we don't have enough talent. Atlanta's too damn good. Brewers don't spend any money. Our owner is cheap.
All that stuff. You see that crap. And it's like, bro, we just pissed on our leg 2 games in a row. And that's why we're in this situation. If you don't think we can compete with the Atlanta Braves, you don't think we can. This isn't the same Brewers team of 2 years ago, of last year. They've grown. They've matured. I'm with you. I'm 100% on board with this Brewers team. I mean, I was like that in the damn spring training game 1, pitchers and catchers report. But even more so now. I think this team is different. I think there's a lot of guys out here doing dude stuff. It's the power of the bromance. It's the power of liking each other. And Pat Murphy, man, hopefully he goes through these surgeries and comes out well on top. But he's the best manager in baseball. And then you got Chris Hook. Like, stop being negative on the Brewers. Be positive. Pipe is even happy that Drake Perkins, as I'm going to call him, 4-game hit streak. He's riding hot, brother.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, good on him. Drake sucks. Stupid Canadian. Hopefully I'll always take Perkins over Drake because at least he's an American. But, it is what it is. But, I'm not going to overreact on this stupid series. It just pisses me off because, again, it's missed opportunities. And you don't want to throw these away because this is going to come down to the very end. The Brewers, the Braves, and the Dodgers, the talent difference on paper might be very big. The talent-wise on the field with the eye test ain't very big. So to sit there and piss away those 2 games, it's going to hurt down the stretch. Hopefully the Brewers can sit there and make it up.
All facts, man. After Pipe's prelude about Drake and being Canadian, I think this is a great time for our interlude on the World Cup. No, okay, just joking. Brandon Woodruff is back tonight, starting against your Cincinnati Reds. I'm sorry, that might be Chris King's Cincinnati Reds. And later on tonight, after you watch this, or if you watch this tomorrow, I'm sure you will hear the illustrious voice of my guy, my brother, the living legend, the GOAT, Jeff Orlowski, all about the skis on the post-game show. But Pipe, how's your excitement level with Woodruff coming back? What are you feeling? What do you want to see from him tonight? Where are you at with all that, brother?
Well, his start was absolutely amazing today. Did I expect it? Hell no. But, am I here for it? 6 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 10 strikeouts for Woody today. Just absolutely amazing, man. It's good to see. Brandon Woodruff is such a good dude in real life. In the clubhouse, he's sneaky funny. Grizzled veteran and all that kind of stuff. The type of dude you need in that clubhouse. And to be honest, I didn't think that we would see something like this out of him. I thought he was pretty much done. We got the news, a bunch of days ago that the Judas Priester, Father Quinn, is out for the year, finally going to have surgery. Did the Brewers wait too long to have surgery? I know, Quinn didn't want it because he wanted to still sit there and try to compete this year and see what he can do. But he wasn't getting any better, so finally, now in middle of June, he opts for surgery. So all the best to Father Quinn. But I thought that we would have seen more this season out of Priester than out of Woody. But man, color me wrong because oh wow, tonight was it was special. It was really good, man. It was Mighty impressive, unexpected, but I'm here for it. I'll have my popcorn ready every time he toes that rubber.
Let's continue to color you wrong. Let's color you wrong all the way to this World Series, and I know you'd be all on board with that as well. I
Amen.
thought Big Woo came with Big Woo energy tonight, and he did everything that we needed to see. And this is a type of guy, and when Timmy and those guys and the other guys on WSSP and the Fan and the Game and everywhere else and ESPN Milwaukee, Madison, if you're in some stupid big town and you want to talk about the Brewers, we're here for it. But when you're talking about this starting rotation going into the playoffs, this is where Big Woo reminds you, hey, I'm still here, gentlemen. Don't just go Logie, Harrison, Miz, and forget about me, and are we going to do gas? No, I'm here, and I'm going to lead this team to the promised land, and then maybe he'll ride out on his white horse and be gone forever. But I was absolutely astonished with Woodruff tonight, bro. I don't even have the words to articulate. I'm looking in my thesaurus right now. They're not coming, and that's okay, because Woodruff was absolutely amazing. Just did everything you could ask from a pitcher. And we found a way to beat these Cincinnati Reds 2-1 in the 10th inning. Just an amazing baseball game. And I know you're going to get to that in this post-game show tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was great. The only concern I have is Henderson's not back yet. Once Henderson comes back, I would say that Sproat, your choice between Drone or Sproat, on who he takes the place of. But you're not going to be able to really give Miz these extra days off anymore to set him up, even with a bogus ass lineup for big games against Atlanta. If you want to skip Miz's normal starting spot against Cincinnati to set him up, hopefully with a primo lineup against the Cubs, you're not going to be able to do that kind of stuff because Brandon Woodruff is going to be the dude that you're going to have to sit there and give extra days off to, because no matter what happens, the Brewers need him healthy come playoff time. And it doesn't matter, obviously you go with a very shrunken rotation. You ain't going 5 starters deep in the playoffs. You're going 3. And so, it doesn't matter if he starts or if he comes out of the bullpen. You need Woody to be available come playoff time. You got to do anything you got to do to make sure that he stays healthy. Is that possible? We ain't seen it in a long time, but fingers crossed that it is.
Any chance you go to a six-man rotation to kind of help protect these gentlemen and save them from themselves, that may give you a little bit more of that flexibility with Woody and with Miz and with Harrison, because I want these guys facing these dogs now. I don't need to see you out there against the Washington Nationals, Baltimore Orioles type teams. I want you against the Cubs A lineup. I want you against the Pirates A lineup. I want you against the Reds A lineup. And let's win some darn division games. Pipe bomb, we're in a Central Division game. I think you're beside yourself just on that alone.
Yeah, I know. It's about time we ain't playing those stupid American League teams and stuff. Let's play some real competition, some real teams in the right division. So yeah, six person rotation. Hell yeah, man, I'm in for that. They got to do what they got to do to keep these guys healthy. If I don't even want to put it out there, but if certain pitchers get hurt, it's going to be real tough on this team to sit there and be able to overcome that. So you got to do whatever you got to do to keep all these guys healthy. 6-man rotation. Oh yeah, I'm for it.
So I like it as well because it allows you to keep the foot on the gas and not really lighten up once we're getting towards this postseason, because all these guys know where they are in the spot. Let's get to one other side topic real quick before we get to our last topic of the day. Let's talk a little bit about this College Baseball World Series. We're in the final right now. The Oklahoma Sooners are up 9-1 on the North Carolina Tar Heels. So it's looking like college baseball is going to come to an end. We're going to get our illustrious tournament done. What are your feelings on Oklahoma presumably being your national champion this year, my brother?
Well, with all apologies to our boy Marshall in Whitefish Bay, I'm happy about it. I don't root for Carolina. I besides Jordan, Carolina basketball, no thanks. Overrated. Roy Williams, I don't like him. I just don't like him. Do I have a lot of good reasons? Nope. But I don't need any because I don't have any good reasons why I don't like Duke, except I don't like them either. So, go Oklahoma. Do I have a reason to cheer for them? No. But they're not Carolina, so I'll root for Oklahoma.
Yeah, there you have it. All right, man. Let's get to our last topic of the day, man. Cooper Pratt. We're about a week in for this gentleman. What are you seeing? How are you feeling about Cooper? You feeling like he's holding his weight? Before you answer, I'm gonna say anything about better than when Heathrow right now is a win for us. Is where I sit. Go ahead, Pipe. I'll leave the floor to you, my brother.
Yeah, man. 6 games, 19 at bats, 7 for 19. So he's hitting 368. A couple driven in. It's not bad. He's got four strikeouts. 4 out of 19. That ain't great. He strikes out too much. But, what do you expect, especially, the first handful of games, man? You got that nervous energy. You're out of the minors finally. You're living like an actual human, staying in nice-ass hotels. You got the fancy locker room, clubhouse. Your locker's big. You got all the swag. You're getting all that free stuff, eating some good-ass food and not bologna sandwiches and crap that they serve you down in the minors. So, you can understand that it's going to take him a little bit to totally zero in on his own, but it's hard not to be impressed with what we've seen. A world of difference between him and Ren. He got to go, and little Joey Zero as well. So, yeah, man, I'm for Pratt. It's absolutely amazing. I just wish they didn't take so damn long to bring him up.
So now I'm on the fence. I don't know if it's the Bowers. I gotta get the Bowers because I sit on the show, so we gotta get the Bowers. That has to happen. But I think we need a Pratt one to go along with it, man, because I think he's gonna be here for a good, considerable amount of time. Like you said, everything he's done has been better than the other guys aforementioned. Unfortunately, it just is what it is, though. But Cooper, we're gonna see this power straight from him, and he's gonna go on a little brigade. I think he's gonna finish the year with 10 homers. 10 homers. I don't think he's going back down to Nashville. But God's best to the other guys that came before him, man. It was a good ride where they had it, but Cooper Pratt's here to stay, man. Everything he's doing is great, and the glove is not weak either. And his one error is on an airmail throw to just let you know that cannon is really there.
Yeah, and, it was the first game, too. So, family in there, your first ever, professional, major league game. The minor leagues are still professional baseball, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, whatever. I'll sacrifice a little bit of defense for his bat. He hits 368. He's hitting 368 right now. If he finishes 280 or better, oh my God, glory, glory, hallelujah. How amazing is that? And so,
what about Jesus made? Oh, sorry.
Hey, man, I'm all for him. Bring up Jesus too.
That was just part of your glory, glory, hallelujah. I just added Jesus made to it.
Nothing wrong with that. Bring them all up. Bring up Jet Williams. Bring them all up, man. We got a lot of, like I said, we still got dead weight on this roster, and there's still spots that should be up for grabs. Right now, 6 games in, it looks like the Brewers organization is 1 for 1 on replacing new young dudes for dead weight. Let's go for 3 for 3. Let's bring up 2 more and get 2 more people out of here.
That's a great spot to curb it tonight, man. I think we got a topic for the next video, Pipe. I think that's the professional radio stuff that you guys just don't understand what he just did right there. That's why he's a living legend. That's why it's free to Pipe Bob. That's why he's about to come to you live in effect on the Tim Allen postgame show with my big man Tommy, and it's gonna go crazy. Pipe, you got anything else before we get out of here, bro?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Happy Father's Day, a day late to all you dads out there, all you good ones. And if you ain't a good one, do better. And if you're not a dad, what you waiting on? But you deserve to be as miserable as the rest of us. But happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. don't text me or hit me on the Twitter machine with how bad it was and what kind of crap you got, because we all know Mother's Day gets celebrated 100 times stronger and harder than Father's Day, even though we hold it down. And just look at them stats, dads make a difference.
Pipe, you want to share what you got for Father's Day while we're on the air before we get out of here?
Shit, I got all the things my wife didn't get for Mother's Day. So I got a vacuum. I got some pot holders. Some of them gloves to take hot stuff out the oven. Yeah, all the stuff I was wishing for.
Well, shout out
What
to
about
my
you? What about you? What'd you get?
shout out to my illustrious family. I got a nice bottle of cologne. Got a nice round of golf at TPC, Tampa Bay next week. So man, I'm living good, man. They would gave me some pot holders and stuff like that, man. I'd be like, man, I don't know who this is for. This brother right here don't know how to wash a dish or cook a dish.
Well, let me know if you want to trade.
Yeah, for sure, man. We just need to have you come with me, man. Listen, man, we we I'm all off the time. We really appreciate you listening tonight. Whether you're listening live, although we know you can't. But if you're listening in the afternoon, if you're listening in the morning, if you're listening right after you get done with Tim Allen and the boys on the postgame show, if you're listening in the shower with Pipe Bomb, if you have taken Pipe Bomb to bed, we appreciate when you listen. I'm your main man, Justin from North Carolina.
And Pipe in Milwaukee.
This is Cream City Curveball. It's a Cream City Media Group production. Go Brewers.